Peace to the world, peace to the kings, peace to the queens, peace to the earth, peace to everybody that's viewing this transmission. Zudakai here with another transmission for you guys. Today I just wanted to talk about the importance of taking your time, being patient, and not rushing. Because a lot of times we get excited and we want to rush into things and we want to get to the end goal, but we don't want to take the steps to get there. And when you rush, you can't rush greatness. That's a quote that they always say. You can't rush greatness. So you got to take your time with it, man. It's like with everything. When I started learning the piano, right, the first thing I had to do was learn how to play scales before I could play chords. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, you know. Sometimes the beginning phases aren't fun, especially when you don't know where you're going. You know, you need to remember where you're going and why you're doing what you're doing. And if you don't, it can become it can just become daunting, and it won't feel fulfilling. There was a story that was told at a Thursday night kirtan, and pretty much the way the story went was there was a group of people that were put together to build a temple, and they had to cut these huge stones. And the foreman goes up to each person and asks, "What are you doing?" The first person says, "I'm cutting the stone." The second person, he asks, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm cutting the stone." Third person, "What are you doing?" "Cutting the stone." Fourth person, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm building a temple." He ended up making him the foreman, and the other people that said that they were cutting the rocks, they ended up quitting and falling away, and new people took their spot. But pretty much that goes to say that you need to know why you're doing what you're doing, why you're disciplining yourself the way that you are. And if you don't, you are going to feel lost, and you're going to feel stressed, and you're not going to enjoy what you're doing, because you don't believe in the result happening, or you're just caught up in the small windows of work and of quote unquote stress and of things that you want to bypass to get to the end. Also in that story, the people that were building the temple, they were stressed because they didn't know how they were going to make a bunch of rocks turn into, a building. It was so far-fetched for them. And that can be the same thing with a lot of our goals and a lot of our dreams. You want to have $30 million, but you don't even have 500 in your bank account, And instead of worrying about how to get 30 mil, you should worry about how to make your next couple dollars, because we have to take it step by step, And this applies for everything. I used to dance ballet professionally. And the first couple years that you dance, you do very, very basic moves for a long time, so you can get your foundation is solid. And then from there, you can start to add tricks, and you can start to add more spins and jumps or whatever. But, at the beginning, you have to make your foundation strong so that things can sit. So then as you learn it, as you progress, it all is based on that foundation, that base. And if you don't have a good foundation, then the building's gonna fall. It's not gonna last. It's like a pyramid. The base is the biggest part, and then you build up. But if you're not building like that, if you're not thinking like that, your goals, there's gonna tip over. Your building's gonna tip over. It's not gonna be sturdy. The thing that you want to do is not going to be sturdy. And it's not going to last. We want to make things that last. And like I said in the beginning of this, you can't rush excellence. So take your time. And it's okay to take your time. And it's okay for people to be beyond where you are. Obviously, if they've had more experience and they had more time and they built a stronger foundation, then when certain things go left and certain things don't go their way, they're going to be able to be more sturdy, you know? And that's because they've had the time and they built the foundation. So don't look to anybody else and want to fast track because you see where somebody else is and maybe they did it in a quick amount of time. Don't worry about anybody else. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself and focus on yourself and focus on taking life one step at a time. Stop trying to skip steps to fast track and get ahead of people and do things that are, what's the best way for me to put it? Do things that are not, do things incorrectly. Don't try and fast track and end up doing things incorrectly, because a lot of the times when you try and rush things, when you try and rush greatness, it ends up taking more time actually to get to the place that you wanted to, instead of just not rushing and taking your time. So I just want everybody to know, like, everybody's got different goals, different visions, different paths, different routes that they're taking. But on all these routes that we're taking, we gotta know that we gotta take our time and we gotta take it step by step. You can't just skip steps. You can't just skip lessons. You can't just skip building a foundation, which is gonna make whatever you want come to life and be able to not just come to life, but also be able to withstand the wind, withstand the things that'll come, because, you know, life is about duality. There's left and right. Yes, it's positive that you're going to build your goals and your dreams, but then there's going to be negativity, or, like, you know, for instance, if it's a building, like, it's going to rain, it's going to snow, like, all these factors are going to come in. So, like, there's going to be times where you have to be ready for the storm to come. And if you're ready for the storm to come, if you get through the storm, that's because you had a good foundation. If you didn't, it's because you didn't have a good foundation and you weren't thinking about these things before they happen. So just think about what you're doing before it happens and take your time. Do not rush. Do not rush, because rushing is not gonna get you the results that you want. Guaranteed. Take your time, take it step by step. Don't look at anybody else, what they doing. Just focus on yourself and grow. And you gon' exponential growth. Like, the more that you, one second. The more focused, the more disciplined you are, and the more that you focus on that base. Once you focus on that base and you get that base finished, everything's gonna be able to start to grow way quicker than if you hadn't had that base, because you're now starting that exponential growth where everything's just doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling. It's gonna be way easier to build on a solid base than it is to build on a shaky, wobbly, incomplete base, incomplete foundation. So make sure you take time with your foundation. These people are crazy. Make sure you take time with your foundation and you really just lock in and don't rush. Do not rush. I cannot stress it enough. Do not rush. And like I said, all these videos, I also look back eventually and I remind myself, okay, I can't rush. I can't. Whatever I'm talking about in a video, I'm learning from me speaking as well. But yeah, we just need to take our time. We need to be patient. We need to just keep our head focused, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay consistent, and watch. We're gonna get to where we want to get to, most definitely. And I'm gonna put y'all on to, like, my life and my game as I progress and as I build my foundation. Not only for just for everything. Yeah, I was gonna say not only for just like money, but also, you know, spirituality and learning and evolving and knowledge. So I'm excited to keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving, and learning from you guys, learning from myself. And yeah, if you're watching this video, peace, love, presence, grace, guidance, gratitude to everybody. Thank you, everybody who's viewed my videos, who show me positive support, who has subscribed, who's liked, like all that. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's August right now. We're about to be in September, and I gained almost 100 subscribers this month. I'm trying to get to 500 by the end of the month. I'm gonna stay consistent with posting videos, and you know, I'm just building this foundation for this platform, but I'm taking my time, I'm staying consistent, I'm staying focused, and we'll see how this platform does, you know what I mean? How Zudakai Talks does. And I'm sure if I'm consistent and I take my time with it, we're gonna prosper, we're really gonna go up, you know? And you guys will get to see me evolve in real time, because I'm gonna post videos as often as possible. That's really my goal, is to connect with you guys via here. And then I'm also gonna be making my YouTube page. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers on here, I'm gonna make a YouTube page, my music page for YouTube. So stay tuned, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Peace, love, presence. Till the next one. Zudakai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.